first pop a goal and then get the first win.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were digging for that goal for a while, and I think there was lots of sticks in there. Me and Blair both kind of hit at it, and it went in. We didn't know who scored it, but we were just like, thank goodness it went in, and I think our team kind of got rolling from there, and just tried to use that momentum and keep battling hard, and got a little chaotic at the end there, but we held on, and it feels amazing to get that first win under our belt and just keep building off that.
And sweet to have a little celebration back there and everything.
Yeah, a little celebration song.
How did you prepare knowing that you were going to face this team again after what happened at your home opener?
Yeah, I mean, I think, in the home opener, first period wasn't our best period. Second period, we knew we played with them and we had, a lot of chances. We just had to kind of bear down and vary. And we tried to come out today and play that way, play that tough to play against team, hard on them, pressure hard. And I thought we did that. And obviously, still some breakdowns where we can still get better. But at the same time, we're able to bury some and keep building off that.
Thank you.
Stan keeps saying that the physicality is because the players asked for that. So I'm just wondering your personal thoughts on it and how you think that's gone so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been good. I think as players, we're still learning a bit of what's allowed, what's not allowed. But at the same time, I think it's good for our games. If you watch, any Canada-US games in the past, they do get physical. And, in these games, it's going to be the same, just kind of feeling it out at first and make sure we're ready for that. But yeah, it's been fun to play in the games.
Building on that, do you think you matched them better today than on Monday?
For sure. I think we played more full game, that we didn't have as many breakdowns. I think in the last game we had some breakdowns and they were able to get a few goals on us quick there. So, I think in the 3 periods we played overall better. Still can get better, but I think we're only our second game in, so we still got a long season to go.
What does it mean to you to be from Scarborough to score the first goal for the Toronto franchise?
Oh, I mean, it's pretty cool. I think I dreamt of this when I was little, and to be able to be out there with my teammates. To be honest, coming into the game, I think we didn't care who was going to score that goal. We were like, we just need to get that first one because we know then we will get more. So, to score a power play goal, I think our power plays, we've been working hard, but haven't been able to pop one. So to pop one, too, on the power play, I think was really good.
And what was said in the room, the energy change between the first period, you guys were getting chances, but they weren't going, and then big, huge swoop of energy in the second.
Yeah, I mean, I think we kind of know our second period, we bring it, and we kind of just did the same thing. We got to figure out how to bring it in the first period sooner, but second period we just kept building and were able to pop a few, so that was amazing.
Talk a little about the atmosphere out here tonight.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, looking around, seeing all the little girls, there was signs, they were cheering loud. So it's awesome to come into a building that's loud. Obviously, we want to talk a lot louder on the ice, but I think those are the fans you want to play in front of, and hopefully, inspire all those little girls, little boys to want to play hockey and to want to maybe play in this league when they're older. So I think it's really cool to see them out here and to see that, there is women's hockey now that they can have as a career.
First period looked like there was going to be a penalty, I think, on Renata, and then a long discussion and then no penalty. Do you know what that was about?
I think that there was just some confusion because the puck went down the ice and they blew the whistle to get the girl off the ice, and it was never a penalty. And they reviewed it and discovered that it was no penalty. So that's kind of all we heard.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
How does that feel?
Yeah, it's obviously special, but I think that was a whole team effort there. Britt Howard got the puck through, and Vasko was there, so I was just cleaning up the garbage. But it feels good, and we had a bunch of energy on the bench. So.
And how about getting the first win? How sweet is that?
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, we had a ton of energy in the room on the bench, and just to get the win for us, for our fans, and for the little girls and boys out there, it feels incredible.
Big energy change from the first to the second. What did you guys talk about in the room?
Yeah, just the little habits we've been working on in practice and in the games. There's a lot of momentum shift out there, so just the little habits that we've been working on, and it comes from the bench, right? No matter if you get one shift, 12, 20, you just got to do your job out there, and then that carries the momentum throughout the game.
I know it's only been 2 games, but how do you assess the level of play that you've seen out there so far?
Oh, I'm sure you guys can tell it's super fast and physical. Definitely a little bit chippy out there, but I mean that's what professional hockey is. And you know what, we know some of the players on the other team and throughout the league, so we might be friends off the ice, but on the ice, it's once the puck drops, there's no friends out there. It's pretty cool, yeah.
Was it a focus to match their physicality better than you did in the opener?
we did a pretty good job at matching their physicality the first game, but you know everything can get better, right? So as we grow, we just don't want to match it. We want to exceed it, right? And I think we did a pretty good job out there, and ultimately that led to the win.
And can you just talk a little bit of what you were talking about before? You said, you know, your friends, you know, off the ice, but on the ice, fierce competitors. But you're not just friends, you're all partners in this together.
Yeah.
You know, in this league and everything. Can you expand on that? And then trying to go out and, you know, obviously turn the page and you know, obviously.
I think for a lot of time coming too, for myself, I graduated 2 years ago, so I played last year in the PWHPA, so this is sort of all new to me, but there's been girls here who have been working towards this for years and years and years, so we're not only doing this for us, but we're doing it for them, and I think as a whole, as 6 teams, just looking at that opening game there in Toronto New Year's Day, you, on the blue line, it's like, wow, we finally did it, so I think all teams sort of watched that and it was like, wow, we're finally here, so that was pretty cool.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Goaltender. What it feel to come right back? Team that beat you the other day, come back a few days later and come away with the W in their building.
Yeah, no, for sure. It feels really good. I thought it was a great team win out there, and we did all the little things right tonight, and we found a way to bury a few pucks and had a lot of momentum there once we did that. So, yeah, it was a great team win.
How'd you feel overall about your game tonight?
I feel good, yeah. Just doing whatever I can to help the team win and making sure I'm coming up with big saves at the right time and giving us a chance to come out with a win.
Can you talk a little about the atmosphere out there tonight and the noise in the building?
Yeah, no, I never really hear the crowd when I'm playing, but yeah, there was a good turnout in the bowl there, and definitely, yeah, it's pretty exciting to now have, I guess, 4 games in the league now. So yeah, it's been really cool to be out there and finally playing in this league.
Do you have any thoughts on the fact that no one's won at home yet?
Yeah, no, I didn't even think of that, but I mean, yeah, every game is going to be a battle. Every team in this league is really good, and you got to bring your A game every night because anyone can win. So I think that's really special about the league, and I don't think that the home ice advantage or anything, obviously that's a cool stat, but yeah, every game you got to bring your best.
What are your thoughts as you're seeing your teammates score that shorthanded goal?
Yeah, no, that was huge, and even to get our player out of the box, that was also big, and that gave us a lot of momentum to get that shorthanded goal, and yeah, we just kind of rode that momentum to the end of the game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How did you feel, especially with that new rule with the jailbreak?
Yeah, I said to Jesse, like, let's go test this rule out right before, and we've been focusing on not just like shoveling it down the ice, like looking up and making a play for the clear, and she had a great support position, skated down, and I just went hard to the net with my stick on the ice, and she made a perfect play to me, so I was lucky, but happy went in.
What felt different to you this game versus last game in terms of how your team was playing and how you were playing? Actually, I would say you probably played much the same. You were probably the best player on the ice last game, but
Thank you. No, I think that we tried to focus on mentality this time. I think last time we just made some simple errors that were easy fixes, and I think we knew if we focused on our work ethic and our mentality that we could get it done tonight, and I'm happy with how hard we played. And we were more consistent throughout the entire game, so we're happy with that and looking forward to make more adjustments.
what's it like to get back at them in their own building after what they did to y'all?
Good. Like, I think the first game, it was, you could separate the moment from the result, but obviously when you're an athlete, it stings to lose 4-0 in your own barn in your home opener. So we had a lot of motivation coming here today.
Thanks.
Stan has said that the players asked for a more physical brand of hockey. So I'm wondering your personal thoughts on that, and also how the hockey's been so far from that perspective.
I'm a big fan of that. No, I pride myself on being a physical player, and although I have a shorter stature, I think I pride myself on being difficult to play against, so I'm happy with that rule. And I think if you let us play, like, people are more inclined to watch, and I think that's a really important part of our game. Like, we can really bring that physicality. We're extremely strong, and I don't think that gets demonstrated enough.
You talk a little about the atmosphere in the building tonight.
Yeah, it was a good atmosphere. I think it's a beautiful building. We had a pregame skate here today, and it was great, and it was really good music. Came out on the ice. Yeah, I think it's really cool to see little girls everywhere you go and watching us, and excited about the new league just as much as we are, because that's what it's all about.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
For you in terms of how you talk to your team before this game?
Yeah, I mean, similar conversation that we had before our first game. I kind of want to figure out what I might be saying in between the first and second period, because in both games our second period was great, so I may have to go back to the drawing board to see what that was. But I mean, we're still trying to sort out who we are as a team and what makes us successful. Even though we've played New York now 3 times in a row, we haven't dove into countering what they're doing a whole lot. We're still trying to figure out what makes us successful, so that's been the focus so far for us this year.
How difficult is that when you look at it's a pretty short season, 24 games, and it's not just you, but every team, they're figuring it out.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of time to figure it out when points are so important, such a short run up to the playoffs. How difficult is that?
Yeah, for sure. And I think I still, I probably would, deeper than halfway through, probably 3/4 of the year, it still will be a lot of focus on us. This is a new team that's just got together, had a brief training camp, and now you're right into regular season. Like you said, short schedule. There's so much room for improvement, probably, and I'm sure all 6 teams in the league could say that there's so much room for improvement. To not focus on that improvement internally and to try to drift off and figure out what other teams are doing, I think it's a bit of a disservice to your own organization. So we'll stick with that for now, and as we get better and as we get comfortable with our own identity, we'll start to dabble in how we can counter what some opposition's doing.
All that said, are you about where you thought you'd be or where you want to be after 2 games?
Where I thought and where I want would be 2 different things. Probably similar to where I thought we'd be. We'd want, a little bit more of a runway, obviously, but we're just excited to be playing games. These women have been waiting a long time for this opportunity, and to wait any longer would have been a disservice to them. So, yeah, it's been fun, and the one thing, the league's done such a good job that everybody's on a similar playing field. So, for us to complain about it would not make sense.
How neat was it to win the game with Shorty on the jailbreak? A lot of teams just love the Shorty period, but to actually have that prove to be the difference in the game.
I love that rule now. I love it today. I don't know if I'll love it the next time it occurs, but I mean, it's exciting. I mean, that's obviously what the league was thinking when they wanted that rule. And tonight it was good. It just came in as an exciting time. And like you said, their schedule is short, so you don't want to go. We lost a few games in Utica. We lost our home opener. You don't want to go too long. So, it was a big win for us because of how it happened. We got a shorthanded goal, a power play goal, and a 5-on-5 goal, and our goaltender needed that win as well, and I thought she played great.
Thoughts on the physical play in the league so far?
Love it. Hope it continues. To be honest, I hope it even goes up a notch. I think it's what fans want to see. I know it's what the players how they want to play, and I think they deserve to play that style of hockey. The officials so far to date have done a pretty good job, I think, of just letting them play. And I know me as a coach, I think it's the way the game should be played.
How would you say it compares to a Canada-US game?
There's some differences, obviously. I think the history of the national team, and there's players on that team that have played together for 12 years on Canada and US, and we're trying to get the same type of product, but the athletes have played together for a couple months. Right now, I think the physicality of the games would be very, very similar because of how they're being officiated right now. So I hope that continues.
Do you think there's an adjustment for the players coming into a league that does allow body checking at this level, since most of them have never played in a league that allows it to this degree before?
Yeah, it's interesting. If you look at the way the rule is written, I think it's actually just being called the way it's always intended to be called in the women's game. It's not about like contact head on head. It's if you're skating in the same direction, that contact along the boards or that contact shoulder to shoulder can be made. So I think they're just really examined the true meaning of the rule, and they're just calling it that way.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks for coming.